to the garage. We are officially open, home, official home of the mechanics. The only place you're gonna find us. One time for all the mechanics worldwide. It's your man Mech Rashawn coming to you live from my daily live stream between 5 and 6. Like to pardon the lateness today, but I just got some amazing news that I cannot wait to announce to you guys next week. Might just drop it in a commercial. And that's on top of the amazing news that I've already gotten. I'm doing a show with Graph in Brooklyn and Littlefield on the 25th. Can't wait with more people performing. It's coming out amazing. Spin is on set. Me, Graph, the homegirl Ty, and there's another performer soon to be announced. But there's a big announcement about the pop that I was literally just on the phone working out the last details for. So yeah, forgive my lateness. Normally this session would happen at 5. It is now damn near 6. But good news can't stop no show, especially since bad news can't. But to all the mechanics, come on in here, get your coveralls, get your tool belt. Let's get this thing on the rack and see where we at. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Normal time, Charlie. You funny. Yeah, normal time today. I had a lot going on, but I made it here at some kind of reasonable time, even though I'm late for me. But I'm just happy to see y'all in the building. Shout out to Charlie Funk, Day One Mechanic, B74, Day One Mechanic. We in the building, the official home of the mechanics worldwide. Thank y'all for pulling up. I see the tools in the comments, in the chat. Like I said, amazing news. Amazing news. Shout out to the craft performing on the 25th. Officially back outside. Bring some of these amazing ass hoodies to the public. But yeah, let's hop straight into the J. Cole interview. You guys know it dropped yesterday. I wanted to I needed and I wanted to watch it, take some time to digest it, and then spin back over here and have the conversation with y'all. I figured by now whoever watched it, whoever's gonna watch it has watched it. If you haven't watched it yet, you're probably not gonna. Hit those likes, hit those subs. That's how you show your boy loves. Hit the likes, hit the shares. Let people know how we do it around here. Much appreciated. B74, that's a shout to you every time I do it. Please hit the likes. Please hit the subs. I got a couple of those now, but we could always use more. So please hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Yeah, I'm doing my best to avoid talking about La Russell today. I want to jump straight into the J. Cole situation. And I got to say, Cole, I think, was able to state his case as clearly as he could. Yes, I think Cam did a fair job with the interview. The questions were good, but Cole is a talker. As we can see, Cole is a talker. And one thing I'm going to give Cole is that he's honest. And I can say he's honest because the story doesn't change. He never deviates from like he's telling it, he's answering the same questions the exact same way. Subscribe, share, subscribe, share. That's my girl B74 letting y'all know that. Subscribe and share. Thank you very much. He's maintaining, whatever. If this is a script in his mind, my they said you can always what was it? You can always question the truth because only a lie, only the truth can always be questioned because it doesn't change. Only lies run out of answers, right? The truth is just the truth. It just feels like he's coming across very genuine. His reasoning, which is one of the questions that I had a gripe with him before not answering on the interview he did with Nadeska, is he never told us why he dissed. He never told us why exactly he dissed Kendrick, why he felt the need to diss Kendrick. And in this one, he actually, yeah, if you see the hoodie, this was only appropriate for today. This was the only hoodie appropriate for today, other than the one the mechanics made me take off before. But this is the only acceptable unseen hoodie on the live that was acceptable for today. His reasoning for it was he does 7-minute drills whenever he's, having writer's block, whenever he's experiencing writer's block. Salute. Whenever he's experiencing writer's block, he does a 7-minute drill. Write something in 7 minutes. He does the same thing to his producer. Cook something in 7 minutes, unfiltered, just go ahead. And I hate to say this, but one end of the diss being not being the kind of thing that catches fire is that he was writing it to get out of his writer's block. It was a 7-minute drill. Now that doesn't really like negate the feelings behind it, but he then says it wasn't really a kill shot. He didn't really drop anything in there that was so crazy that Kendrick wouldn't be able to come back from it, implying that he was capable of saying something so crazy that Kendrick would not be capable of coming back from it. And he held back. So he's kind of given us, I was being merciful and I was having writer's block. So this is just something I wrote to get rid of my writer's block. And I didn't really say anything super crazy to him because I wanted him to just kind of give me a quick response. And then now that we got through that, check out the fall off. Like he was super eager to get to the fall off and didn't want to be hemmed up with the politics of the battle. He just kind of wanted to respond real quick because he felt he had to. He felt he had to say something because if he didn't, no one would give him any kind of love, just trying to ignore it. It was too big to ignore, basically. So in a 7-minute drill, he wrote a diss record and did not go as hard as he could have. But then still felt the need to apologize behind it because it didn't sit right with him. If y'all are hearing this the way I'm hearing this, then you can kind of see the glitch. Hearts in it. Hit the like if you can kind of see the glitch in that logic where it doesn't exactly all the way come around, especially if you heard 7-minute drill. If you hear a glitch in that, hit the likes. Just give me a like right now if you hear a glitch in that logic. I'll just give it a second. Because if you don't, then, there's nothing else to chop about. But, I mean, if you hear the glitch, like I think I hear the glitch, because you still had to write that. You dig? You still had to write it. Those thoughts were still in your head. You still had to write that down. All the things he said. And you're also implying that it could have been worse, like you didn't do anything that Kendrick couldn't come back from. That implies that you could have done something that Kendrick couldn't come back from, but you wanted to just move through it super quick. It's not that I don't believe him. It's not that I don't believe him. It's that these are the kinds of things that the people who refuse to believe him, the people who refuse to redeem him, are gonna hold on to. This is the kind, the people who are going to die on the hill of you did it and then you backed out. Those folks, they're never gonna let this be the solution. That like the little glitch in the logic. And although Although I believe him, I really believe him. I really believe him. You see the way he filters and digests, the way he takes on information, the way he handles situations. None of this stuff sounds off brand. Getting to know him more over these interviews, none of this stuff sounds off brand. He's definitely, he's very much, certain parts of him are very different from the guy that I interviewed all those years ago. None of this stuff is off brand, just from what he's been telling us. But it's these holes in the logic that are going to make it that much harder for people who may have been on the fence to lean his way, because it's too open ended. There's still room for the reason. There's still room for the reason of the only reason why you took it down is because it didn't hit like Not Like Us. So you didn't get the reception of Not Like Us. The only reason why you apologize is because you didn't think you could win. There's unfortunately there's no way to squash it. Well, if there is, he didn't say it. If there's a way to squash that theory, squash that point of view, it's not one that he didn't tell us what that was. Now his reasoning makes sense. And honestly, I want to give him the grace. Honestly, like I don't think he's done anything so terrible that he can't be trusted to give us good music. The music's good, which at the end of the day is really all I care about. He did say, but he also spoke on the fact that the battle was causing a lot of division, and if you rode with one, you ended up hating the other. I would offer to the table that the people who didn't like Kendrick just saw this as an excuse to get louder. The people who did not like Drake have not been feeling his music for a while. They just use this as an excuse to get louder. The people who did not like Kendrick, don't like his music for a while, this is their excuse to get louder. I don't think it really caused division. I think it revealed one. I think if Drake is running around the industry unchecked, if Kendrick is running around the industry unchecked, and then someone's in a place to check them, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't think it caused a division. I think there were plenty of people who disliked Drake, plenty of people who disliked Kendrick, and they just got louder. They added to it. The people like myself who, dig music, we didn't feel the need to cut one off for the other one. You like what you like. Even if you don't like that artist, you might like a bunch of records from him. And these are in the rotation. These are on a playlist. You don't feel the need to cut them off because Kendrick is dissing him. Vice versa. If you got, if you don't like every Kendrick Lamar album, you don't like every Kendrick Lamar song, there's a handful of them that you do like, and Drake going at him doesn't make this doesn't make these songs any less listenable. You know what I mean? Like there's a huge contingent of hip hop heads who maybe don't like Drake's politics. Like that's the other thing. Like, you're blaming the piling on of Drake on his issue with Kendrick. Whereas I just think a bunch of people were like, about Tom. F that guy. Same thing with Drake. Yo, F that guy. About Tom. F that guy. But like, I don't understand. No one seems to want to take that into account. But the music is going to be the music regardless. But and when you're hearing this from Cole, a guy who's dead smack in the center of it, and he feels pressured to defend his point of view of wanting both artists to win. Let's see. I don't know how they feel about him specifically, but you know, there's always going to be that section of people, that section of folks who feel like being neutral is being an enemy. Me personally, I don't see anything in this situation so serious that, being neutral is a problem. I don't see that. That feels a little weird to me. But I'm not in the middle of it. I'm not taking personal shots at me. And what is all this, like, all of a sudden everybody's so, this is going too far. Like, where have you been? This is what we do around here. There are no, it goes where it goes. You don't always like it. It's not always cool. I get it, but it goes where it goes. Like, I don't, even Hove is sitting there talking about, going after this person's livelihood and this person's family. Hove, man, bro, I hear you, but ain't you Mister left condoms on your baby seat? Like, that was you. That was you. Now, granted, the evolution of the internet has definitely exacerbated these situations, but no, just that it's not that I have an issue with people not digging it, but why are you surprised? How are you surprised? How are you surprised? It almost feels like every time they do that, somewhere Pusha T is catching a stray just because he goes there whenever it goes down. But I don't, what are we doing here? Stop acting shocked. These dudes aren't reinventing the wheel. They're dissing each other. It's like you don't listen to battle rap at all. Like, where have you? I don't know. I don't know. I say all that to say, from a completely bipartisan POV, I don't think that this interview will. If you were on the fence, I don't think this interview is going to get you over the fence because it doesn't seal up the holes in the. It doesn't close off what people already think, and that's all I'm saying about that. Like, it's just it. I dig J. Cole, but this isn't the thing that's going to get non-believers on his side or people who feel like he violated a fundamental principle of hip hop competition by, jumping in, not getting love and then jumping out. Like, it would have been better for him to never jump in at all, or just make a statement. Just make a statement so you can get to the album. Don't diss him. Just make a statement. Just make a statement. I didn't really take that as a diss. Like, he didn't really say nothing super crazy to me. Like, I didn't even see it like that. That's still a homie. I got him on the phone and just asked him, cleared it up real quick, and I'm focused on this album that I've been working on for 8 years that I really want to get to. I don't really want to be sidelined or sidetracked or get sidetracked with all this personal stuff and all this beef and stuff like this. It's all competition. I'm gonna let the music speak. Just like that. Done. No verse needed. And you roll right into the rollout. Just like that. Just like that. But then there's no drama. Yeah, I know. I know. Which brings us right back around. Like, bro, this is kind of this is a monster of your making. You are currently caught up your own tree by a lion that won't go away, but you called him to the field. You did this, like, and your reasoning for doing it doesn't really feel like your reasoning for doing it. I believe it, but it won't convince the people who already don't believe it because there's also a very pliable viable, a very viable chain of events. There's another set of reasons for why you did X, Y, Z, A, B, and C, and those look good too. Those actually take less explaining, and we'll never know. It unfortunately, even with J. Cole speaking, the people will never know now. He could have just kept it. He could have, because there was an alternative to writing a diss record. There was an alternative. I hear where he was coming from. Nah, you gotta address Buddy. You gotta address what Kendrick said before we even entertain listening to this. Okay, but that doesn't necessarily call for a diss track. That didn't call for a diss track. That just calls for a statement. A diss track can be a statement, but a statement can also be a statement. And you said some. You took shots. You took shots at him on 7 Minute Drill. And there's no getting around that. You took shots. Those things were in your mind to say. You came up with that. So I don't care if it took you 77 minutes to come up with it. Or 7 seconds. Like, that stuff was on your brain to say. So calling it, writing it off as a drill and something you just wrote super quick just to get through it, like you didn't have to write anything. And I think that's what we all know. I think that's what we all know, that you never had to write a diss record in order to make a statement, but you chose to. And that's why we can't get past and can't get around and can't really fully invest in the reasonings that he's given. As much as I love him, this is just me with my journalism hat on, being 100% just watching and viewing and just making an observation. This is not a judgment on the man's character in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But the criticism is fair. The criticism is fair and it's warranted. And he didn't do anything to negate that criticism or distill that crit. He didn't do anything to get that off the off the map. Unfortunately, so the answer to the question I asked, and does this change the way you see J. Cole? I mean, it gave me some insight. If I'm being honest, it gave me insight. But like I said, if you're on the fence about him, or if were looking to shoot him some bail, this probably didn't help out. But let me know what y'all think. Kick it down in the comment section, please, and thank you. I'm jumping right down there as soon as this uploads to have the conversation. If you're down in the comments, you already know I'm down in there chopping it up, and we the discussion goes even further in the comments. So don't stop here. If you got something to get off your chest, head on down to the comments, hit the likes, hit the subs. I say B74 as soon as I see you. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Subscribe, like, and subscribe, and hit the shares. Yeah. I'm here for this. Thank God. Yo, hold on. Before I even get out of here. First of all, big announcement coming next week. We signed these papers. Big announcement coming next week. Changes everything. You'll see. I don't like to gas it, but nice announcement coming next week. But let me just say this before I check out. How great is it that we have a week where we can honestly discuss music? All these conversations are about music, not about shenanigans of posts or gifs of memes. Like, we're all talking about music and the repercussions. This is fantastic. I live for stuff like this. We get to talk music, even though we're talking about the repercussions of music and the approach, and I get that, but it's all based around a music conversation. I love this. Anyway, thank y'all for pulling up. The time is 6:29. The garage is now officially shutting down for the evening. Hang up your coveralls, hang up your tool belt. Let's get this car off the rack and see where we at. Hit the likes, hit the subs. That's how you show your boy love. Hit the likes, hit the shares. Let them know how we do it around here. I will see y'all tomorrow, 5 o'clock. I'm going live unless another meeting runs over. 5 o'clock, I'm going live. But set your alert, set your alarm so you know when I'm pulling up. And let's get in here and have this conversation. One love to all the mechanics worldwide. This is the garage, the official home of the original mechanics. We are in this thing globally. So please subscribe, come fuck with us. You too can put some dope tools in your comments, and come rock with us, man. We only talking hip hop around here. We avoid the shenanigans. I will see y'all tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The garage is now officially closed for the evening. Y'all be safe. God willing. See you tomorrow. Peace.